I love that damn album.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips Podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we're live on a Sunday morning, ready to give you some podcasts. And find us everywhere you find podcasts. The official weapon of the show is
the folding chair.
And the unofficial sport,
bullet ball.
And bullet ball, extreme. You know what we do, guys. We're going to talk about a bunch of different stuff. Make sure that you guys are tapped in. Look at all the show notes. There's links there. There's our merch where we're celebrating the Blackout Tips Day, September the 2nd, our wedding anniversary, which this will be like our 23rd 23rd.
Okay, yeah, because
I know you don't know.
Yeah. I'm terrible with shit like that.
If only there was some way to know. If only it like came up every single year and you could like remember that it was.
If only I could do the math. Roger keep up with shit like that. He the anniversary birthday person.
But yeah, so we we'll be celebrating our 23rd wedding anniversary. And it's a nice little treat. It's a celebration for the whole community together. People go on their Facebooks and they tag us and their Twitters and all that stuff. They send us direct messages and all this stuff, and they post up in their gear, their merch, they wear stuff, they post mugs and posters they have, and it's always dope, and it's so beautiful to see our fans like celebrating the show together, and just reminds us that we're still out here together in 2025 doing this thing that we started in our spare bedroom.
Yep.
So make sure you guys celebrate that, and of course in the show notes also is stuff like how to holler at the show and let us know like, hey, I'm checking out the Crowdcast. I want to get notified when you guys go live. I want to hang out in the chat room. I want to see who the people are that are leaving comments. I want to play guest the race. I want to be amongst the crew. That's in there. I think our Amazon wish list is in there. I think our website is in there. So yeah, and I also put a episode of Balls Deep Sports on the regular feed for y'all. It has commercials in it, but I put it out there so y'all could get like, this is what the paywall experience is like. If you want to hear like Balls Deep, and that's also recorded live on Crowdcast with the chat room and all this stuff, and people come in and chime in and say all kinds of stuff. So yeah, make sure y'all check all that out. Without any further ado, Karen, do you have any banter for today?
I do.
All right. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Talk to me. Banter. Talk to me. Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter. All right.
My banter is, the first thing I'm going to talk about is Roger's glasses. I actually really love them, but every time I look at you, I always go back to 1988. Don't ask me why, just the way they design. They look like really old school, like retro glasses. I always think of like workout videos with short shorts and things like that, or somebody just gonna call you Uncle Old Man. like it's just hilarious. Every time I look at them glasses, I absolutely think they're cute and adorable, but every time I look at them, I just blink and get a flashback of that time, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either. Nobody else has told me they are old people glasses or make me look old or I'm an unk or whatever. When I picked them out, I just thought I was picking out some nice looking glasses.
They are nice.
No, you've been don't try to smooth it over with being fun, trying to be nice. You've been trying to call me old in them, and
they do look
and make
good.
fun of me. So it's fine. It's interesting because I want people to hear this and absorb it, because I think when I make fun of Karen, they write in with a bunch of fucking like defenses that don't need to be had. No, you should order her food for her. You should never let her ever just, what's wrong with you? Like, and I'm like, well, we have a relationship where we, laugh and it's a safe place for us to laugh at each other. And I got my glasses and Karen's been laughing at me since I got them on Friday.
I have.
I don't know why. I think they look
tickles
good.
me. I don't know why either.
Nobody else is. I've got none but compliments for those who have noticed, but maybe the other people are just thinking I'm old or something. I don't know why these will be more of uncle glasses than these glasses that I was wearing that were big black glasses. I don't know the fashions like that.
I think
you also picked on me when I had a polo shirt that had the Hornets on it.
You were selling me season tickets, sir. Yes, you was. How would you like your package? Would you like a half a season? Pick your seats in the arena. Right. That's the way you look to me.
Right. So Karen makes these jokes and clowns me too, but I don't get a hive of defenders the way that y'all do.
Ain't no rod hive.
So I just had to take it and get roasted and just privately eat it. So apparently I look old and like I sell season tickets. So there you go, guys.
You do, and I still love you.
I don't have a problem about getting older. When I was younger, I always thought it was weird. I thought older people were weird that hung on to being young too long.
Yes.
I always thought that was weird because they would be, and it's weird because I've gotten old enough now that my peers are in this group of people who are trying to be too young. And I'm trying not to judge. We all deal with our mortality in our own ways.
Right.
But I am judging a little bit because I'm like, y'all are the old people I didn't think were cool when I was young because they wanted to be motherfucking like with us. They wanted to be the young folk. They didn't want to be acknowledged as old school or whatever. But my favorite older people were not the ones who were trying to act like they were still in my peer group. It was the ones that came around like, what's going on, young blood or whatever. I like them older people. I was like, cool, you older, I'm younger. There's a dynamic. I was realizing like we're in this era where black people are, and like I said, I'm not judging y'all because I know it's deeper than that for some of y'all. But for me, like the people that are like so uncomfortable with being called Unc and Auntie, dog, we're like 45, 50 at this point. Like,
right.
I don't know.
Young days over.
That sounds about right. I don't, I don't think it's disrespectful. It's like, I don't know what it's tied to. Do they want to be fuckable their whole lives? They want young people to look at them as like peers and sexual, or
because once you embrace that, you have to embrace that you're old. And some people, all jokes aside, like they do not want to embrace like old and aging and shit like that.
Yeah, but
that's
I guess
just a part of the process. If you live like long enough, you're going to get old.
The alternative is being like a creepy kind of like me and the 25-year-olds. I see us as kind of the same. It's like, but what? Or I don't like to acknowledge that there's a difference. I'm not on the cutting edge of music and pop culture and what the kids are up to, and I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't want to be that. I kind of do judge the kids, and I like that distance so we can look at the difference in like our upbringing and theirs, even when I'm not judging, but just like
just the differences.
I accept there's a difference because that's my reality. So when they are talking about how they don't relate to Pam and Martin's dynamic and dark-skinned women feeling, I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely a thing. I grew up during that era. It wasn't as much of a thing at the time that people felt comfortable speaking about.
Right.
And so that's a generational difference. And so maybe I'm saving myself some time. I notice people that are still trying to be cool and hip will kind of delve into those conversations that younger people are having and like fight them and be like, no, y'all just too woke. See, this what's wrong with the, and I'm like, these people, no, they're not our peers.
Right. And they don't give a fuck about your old ass opinion.
I know how my peer group mostly feels about it. It's of our time.
Right.
I don't feel entitled or want to know, like necessarily like feel entitled to what the younger people think. So I don't know. It's weird being in the don't call me Unc era. And the thing I remember that I thought about the most is, do white people have an Unc?
Or an equivalent to it? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. And I asked Twitter this, and they answered, and they all thought they were answering, but I hate to tell y'all this. And I know I'm not versed in white culture like y'all. I know some of y'all are closer to the whites than me. Guys, the answer is no.
Right.
And I looked at all the answers. So like they were saying geezer, old man. And I'm like, no, because unk isn't derisive. It's derisive to the people that aren't comfortable with their own aging. Like people that are like, I'm 33, why are you calling me unk? I get why they would be like, damn, I don't like that. But like if I'm 47, if someone calls me unk, I'm not like, ugh, what the fuck? Like, right. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You're 22. Like,
right. I'm ancient to you.
What the fuck? Like, why would I not be unk? And also, unk is a term of endearment, meaning the people that take offense to it normally aren't taking offense to the intent. They're taking offense to how they're, whatever they're dealing with.
Right.
But if you ask the person that says it, almost never are they trying to get you up out of here. Like, let me call this man unk so that I can like disrespect him. It's normally a term of like your family, even though I don't know you. Uncle is family.
Right.
Auntie is family, even though I know people, feel a way about it. And that's a little different with gender dynamics. But the point being, I don't think white people have one. They have general terms of endearment like Haas, chief, boss. But those aren't the same as like unk, like a family. You're a good person. I don't even know you. You're a stranger, but your age,
we're not related.
Your age and the fact that you are Black, I see you as part of me. And I am shooting a sign of respect to your age.
Yes.
That also is kind of cool because it, like I said, geezer is a sign of this is your age, but it ain't cool.
No, it's not. Geezer man. The geezer sound like you gonna roll over and choke and die tomorrow.
Yeah, old man is not really a sign of respect in our society when you call people old man. I mean, you have to be really tight with somebody for them to let that slide.
Yes, you do.
So yeah, I really do think white people don't have unk in the way that white people don't have play cousins in general.
Right.
You know what I mean? like that kid you grow up to, you're not related to in any real way, but they just, they your cousin because everybody in the family say they cousins.
Yeah, y'all kids know each other, grow up together, yes.
And so they just become cousins. I don't think white people do that as much as we do. So anyway, that was my thought.
You got one or you want me to go through
that was it. I've just piggybacked on what you said about me being old, and I'm so good with it. I finesse my thought into yours.
Okay, and I'm glad you did, and I'm glad you can you can take the joke and things like that, because like you said, that's one thing about our relationship. We joke and pick on each other all of the time. My next one is we need to talk about the WNBA commercials. Their commercials, some of their commercials are PSAs instead of just regular ass commercials, because I guess we watch it on like League Pass. One of the commercials like don't leave your baby in a hot ass car, and one of them was like your mom gonna get dementia. And I was like, hey, why can't we have just regular normal ass commercials during these breaks? What's happening here?
Yeah. I have many thoughts about the WNBA in general, but I think one of the reasons there's such a culture shock and disconnect in WNBA and sports fandom, because I don't think there's a complete overlap. I think there's WNBA fandom is a Venn diagram, and sports fandom is almost it's a Venn diagram where the circles overlap, but they're not a complete circle.
Yeah, a lot of times they don't touch.
So, well, I mean, so by the nature they're touching, they're just not touching a lot. Like, it's not a complete circle. Is
right.
What I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. It's not one inside of the other, right?
Yeah. Yes. And the point I want to make out there is, for a lot of people, rightfully so, I'm not judging them, but WNBA is almost like political. Like it's not just I'm supporting this league because I like fun basketball. There's a lot of it that and it's almost like the culture of the league, the culture of the players. You almost don't have a choice. If you like the WNBA, it's hard to like the WNBA in the way that people like other sports in America, where, look, we're just bringing everybody together. Don't matter if you're racist, don't matter if you're homophobic, but like
they stand on things.
Then there's 2.5 hours. We're just all watching a sport. And when we leave here and you're a Republican and I'm a Democrat, that doesn't matter. The WNBA is not like that. And until it started growing over the last 2 to 3 years, and especially after the boom of Caitlin Clark, it has become more sports people trying to come over there. But the league hasn't necessarily caught up to that yet. In some areas it has, but it hasn't 100% caught up. It's still, and I don't think the league wants to 100%. I think they want to stay a political sort of like
Mhm.
we our politics are on our chest because of who we are. It's not,
Right.
this isn't an option like the way people keep assuming, like where the men come in that don't even really follow the WNBA, but they follow sports and they have all this advice for the
Yeah, and all
league.
these loud ass opinions.
Yeah,
Yes.
and all the advice though is really just treating them as men. Like
Yes.
well, men do it this way, and they haven't really stopped to think, what if the women don't want to and aren't going to do that and are willing to pay whatever the penalty is
Yep.
to be themselves. Like,
Agreed.
we're not going to ungay our league. So
Right.
I know that if you were a consultant in a vacuum, you'd sit us in a room and be like, guys, could you tone down the gay shit? Like, America's already homophobic as fuck. Let's just get this money. You can be gay on your own private time, but let's stop with all the Twitter and all the jokes and all the stuff in the press con. Let's just stop. There's a type of person that I'm sure would advise the WNBA that. And I think it hasn't crossed that person's mind that the WNBA people are like, man, fuck you.
Right. We don't
like
want that.
Like, it's not just we hadn't thought of that. It's, we thought of it and we don't agree. And if that means we get 10% less revenue or something, then we get 10% less revenue. One thing you don't understand is that when we're already on the bottom with the pay scale,
right,
the leverage that you're talking about, it works both ways. Meaning, well, if I'm already playing for $60,000 and you're saying, well, the difference between you playing for $1 million or $1 million and $1,250,000 is letting go of all your political causes. They're like, well, then we'll get $1 million then. It's still a huge fucking pay raise for me.
Yes.
Anyway, so all that to say, their commercials are almost like political ads sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of like don't leave your baby in a hot car, and at least on League Pass. Mm-hmm. And like, if you watch TV, it's a little less.
Okay.
It's more like, here's Aja Wilson's shoes, here's a Nike commercial.
It's just caught me off guard. It was just kind of weird to kind of catch those commercials like doing that League Pass.
Yeah, but it made me think about that. I think it's that way because
okay, I see what you're saying. Yes.
It's not trying to, and isn't fully a sports league in the way that the other leagues have completely commercialized and basically sold out. Like, and once again, all the leagues have PSA commercials and shit, but not like this shit. Like, it was like, man, that would have just typically been like some other thing. But maybe it's also that they don't have the things that you're not thinking about that are coded for men that are that way. Like, I've watched NBA games with the Charlotte Hornets, and one of the commercials is from the government, is for fatherhood. So that's a PSA, and that's happening during the NBA game.
Yeah, that is a PSA. Yes.
Yeah. So like, maybe you're not even thinking of it because everything's so geared to men that you're like, well, that's just a commercial during the NBA.
Yeah.
But technically, that is the same shit.
Yeah,
We've had
it's
voting
geared towards the gender. Yes.
They have voting commercials during the NBA when the league dedicated their arenas in cities as voting spots.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, COVID vaccine stuff. Like, so it does happen with men's sports. And I think also just medicine wise, oh my God, there's so many like Viagra and Cialis and all these commercials during men's sports games.
Yes.
But yeah, it is. But you're right though. It is interesting to see a league, and I wonder if they'll go to that where eventually we'll see less of those commercials and we'll see just crass commercialism.
And sometimes I wonder if like the league is slowly growing, and because of that, like, because sometimes when you watch League Pass, like, they don't show commercials during the whole time, and then sometimes they'll show, like, particularly during half times, they show like loops and stuff. Like, it's really odd the way they do that. And so I'm wondering if a lot of the commercial money isn't coming until they get their next contract. I don't know if that makes sense. Like these are the people that they could get their contracts with that were willing to pay, pay for this particular airtime, and this is what it was. Versus, like you said, like, I feel like once everything changed, not that it go a complete shift, but it'll be I think it's gonna be presented different afterwards.
Right.
So that makes sense.
That I don't have any more.
Oh, okay. Well, my next one is because I got several. If
you keep going, Ken.
Okay.
There's no need for permission.
Oh, my next one is talking about the WNBA. Me and Roger was watching the game and the other night, like about a week or two ago, and somebody had tossed a green dildo out on the court. And the thing is, when we was watching, I don't think the people on the TV knew what it was. They just seen something fly, because when it's like as soon as they hit it, the camera kind of almost instantly went away, and then that's what's like, oh, I was like, oh, y'all just was trying to find out what it was and realize it was a dildo. And my thing is, I feel as though if this would have happened in the NBA and anybody would have thrown anything on the court, it would almost been immediately get that person, get them out of here. The fuck you doing?
Oh, that person was arrested.
Okay, they was okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't tell at the time just because the way I was like, did they find them? What's happening here?
There's two things there. One, when this happens in men's sports, the broadcast and the announcers are, and this is what happened in WNBA game, they're basically instructed to not talk about it. The same way when that woman glued her hand to the floor of they don't want the broadcast to reward people who disrupt the event by being like, oh my God, we have a streaker. That's why you'll see on sense. Twitter, they'll be like, a guy ran naked through the Chiefs 50-yard line. And you'll be like, on the broadcast, they just kind of awkwardly cut the commercial.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm with you.
And so they're basically instructed not to do that.
Right, because you don't want to reward that behavior.
Yes. And the next night, someone at a different Valkyries game, I think it was Valkyries, threw another green dildo on the floor. So I don't know if it was the same person or a different person. But like, whatever this is definitely designed to get viral attention.
Mm-hmm.
And of course you can't stop social media where people are recording it with their phones and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they caught the green bandit or whatever.
I'm glad they did, because it's like, why? Like, you disrupting the game. Somebody actually could have got hurt because they basically continued play, because I don't think the people, like the refs, I don't think they seen it because of where it was thrown. It didn't actually disrupt play at the time. But they make all them announcements telling you, hey dog, you do this, blah 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 blah, and they do that for a reason, for the safety of everybody.
And with our shit just being so cooked at this point that people just want attention, I don't know.
Right.
Like, I literally don't know why they would do it. I don't know that I'm even interested in why someone would do that. And ultimately, like, just ban them from games and keep them away from the arenas, because it just seems like whatever the answer is, we're gonna find out is something fucking stupid.
It's gonna be dumb.
It can't possibly be smart. It can't possibly be courageous or anything. It's gonna be some fucking asshole of some type, or just somebody that just loves attention. And you got to starve those fires out.
Yes, you do. Maybe lately going down 77, I do not know what this trend is. I think I talked about it before, but lately it's getting real bad, because Charlotte is growing. A lot of people are moving to our city, which is fine, and we have a lot of construction and things around town, and a lot of times traffic gets bad. We have regular lunchtime, morning time traffic just like everybody else. But lately, like, you'll be sitting in traffic or like at an exit, and you look and you'll randomly see somebody going like 80 miles an hour down the side. The side that you're supposed to pull off at and park your car in case you have any emergencies. I've seen that a lot more frequently than normal. And they'll fly down and then dart back into traffic, and then fly down and then dart back into traffic. I see people, I was like, what's the purpose of this? You're going to cause a wreck. You're going to hurt somebody. And it's one of them times where I turned to my white woman, Karen, like, where are the police? I'm like, bitch, don't do this. Guess what? Nobody's going anywhere. It's fucking traffic.
Yeah. The only thing I have to add to that is that it's weird that we call that reckless driving. Shouldn't we call it Reckfull Driving?
It is, yes.
It's not less wrecks. It's going to lead to more. Why don't we say Reckfull Driving, Reckfull Drivers? Maybe I'm missing something in the English language, but yeah, there's more wrecks that they're participating in.
Because my thing is, they're going so fast, and I was thinking, if anybody has an emergency and they need to pull over, odds of them seeing you are going to be low, because you don't assume people are flying down that bitch going 80 miles an hour.
We know the logic, Karen. These are people don't give a fuck.
That's true.
It's like, that's the same reason you shouldn't speed, though. I mean, people just do shit, Karen. It's nothing we can. I mean, I get the observation, but yeah, I don't think it's a lack of they understanding. They don't give a fuck about that. They're willing to risk some fucking crash on the side.
That's true too. That's about as much as that. We was in traffic the other day, and some dude, he came from behind us out of no. Was he in front of us? I think he was in front of us, and people waiting to turn. He threw his hand up. I don't know if he was waving directly at us or not, but he threw his hand up, went around, and like cut everybody. I don't know what he was trying to prove, but it's like things like that where I'm going, oh, okay, like what is really happening here? Where I understand, things are going on, but a lot of people have a lot of shit in their lives and they're taking it out on the road.
Yeah, and it's just, it's one of those things that is so counterintuitive. It's about risk reward, and
True.
I don't know what it is about humanity, but we really think like being 5 minutes late to something versus driving recklessly and possibly getting in a wreck or fucking like taking risks that might lead to injury or paying a bunch of auto insurance bills or whatever. People just make this math in their head that like chronically, like all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's better to speed and be unsafe for a little bit, but get there at the time a couple minutes earlier or something. But I mean, people make that math all the time, and it's clearly human nature because so many people do it. But it's also just kind of fucking stupid. Like the math on it is stupid. It's what is more costly? Getting in a wreck because you kept doing like taking risk, and now you have to wait for the police and you have to fill out insurance report and you got to do all this shit and you're stuck in traffic and you are going to be late anyway to whatever, or you get there at 2:03 rather than 2:07, and you're because it's not like when people do shit like that, I don't think, oh yeah, that's so they'll be on time or they'll be early. They're doing that shit because they're gonna just be 2 minutes late rather than 10. It's just like I think everyone would you can deal with a little judgment for being a little late, but yeah, people wow.
I feel you on that one. And I was on my way home, and I happened to look up, and all of a sudden I seen this truck back up, and this truck looked like it should have been in like the Monster Truck Jam. It had like those things on the side to like pump the air out on the side, and it didn't have a hood. So I was home, and like I could see the whole engine, the whole inside of the top of the car, and I was so confused. I was like, "Did you get kicked out the monster truck? Did you just leave the monster truck jam? Why are you out in traffic?" I was so. These are my observations, y'all. I was just so baffled into why this truck was out here for no apparent reason in like normal ass traffic. Shouldn't you be with your friends? Question cars. Why are you here in the city?
A lot of traffic related thoughts this week.
Yes.
You been driving a lot or something? What's going on?
I've been paying attention to things on the road because you do most of the driving with you. And like the monster truck was me driving by myself because you had asked me to go pick up your glasses. And so that's when I observed that one. But I've just been realizing that. I just been
You've been realizing that it's a big truck? That doesn't sound like the thing you've been realizing. I think you've been doing a lot of observational riding stuff out here.
Yes.
There's a theme to this week's thoughts.
I've been doing, because I'm a passenger princess, I've been doing a lot of observational ride. I can look around, so I've been doing a lot of observational riding with you. But the monster truck was me driving. I was stopped.
Yeah, you explained it. I'm just saying.
You got
car thoughts.
You got the luxury to be looking and judging other drivers when you ain't got to pay attention and pump gas. That's the luxury of my princess field life.
I always just wonder what they're compensating for. Like, why the fuck you driving Bigfoot?
It don't make sense. Okay.
Where do you even buy that kind of truck? Like, right, I don't even know how you get that. I've never seen that on a lot. Like, you can't go to Nissan and be like, yeah, I need a car that makes people look at my car and think, Sunday.
I need a car that's 8 feet high.
Listen, my penis is very tiny. I'm gonna need something that can roll coal and I can look down into the cleavage of women in their cars. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to feel like a contributing member of society.
I need my tires to be 142 inches, sir. You're gonna have to get those professionally made. Nobody makes tires like that. How you get in that bitch?
I need big speakers that like are house speakers but attached to the side of my truck, so that when I'm blasting the Joe Rogan Experience, I want everyone at the stoplight to have to experience it with me, because my penis is tiny. So what kind of car can handle that is what I need.
And apparently it is that. And the last one, this is car related too, but it's just something.
Oh, I figured.
we got a car related random thoughts themes happening here.
Yeah, I don't think this is a big surprise.
Nope. Cars. This one is. I've also been seeing a trend of vehicles riding around with like no tag, like just tag just missing. I was like, bitch, was it stolen? Did it rip off? Did you was like fuck insurance? I'm just gonna ride dirty, and if I get pulled over, I get pulled over. It's been a wildest thing. I've seen several cars like that, and sometimes when people's tags fall off, you might see them do like where it's like in the back window or something like that. It's not even that. It's like, bitch, the tag just ain't there. And I'm like, and our cars down here ain't like New York and the places where you got to have legally, you have to have one in the front and the back. It's the back, bitch, and that's it. So I've been like, well, if you get in a wreck or something, ain't nobody gonna have any information like this. It's just wild to me.
Yeah, I think people are riding dirty. There's also you see a lot of temp tags now. People are actually creating fake temporary tags.
Oh,
yeah. So I just think a lot of people are riding around with no insurance and no no paperwork or whatever, and just hoping the police don't pull them over. And I wonder if it's so many people, the police are just not stopping everybody, because
right, unless you get in the wreck or something like that. Right?
I don't even letting my tag, I've never even let my tag expire. I renew it every year on the year because I'm black, and I don't ever want to give them a reason to pull me over.
Pay them bitches early, pay taxes early.
Now Randolph Terrence got a march for me and shit. I don't want to.
Out there angry.
I don't want to put the community through that kind of trauma. So
right, and then one time we moved, and the tag ended up going to the old address, and I didn't realize it, and I got pulled over, and I explained to them, I paid all these fees and shit, but I did not realize my tag had expired. And it was one of them things where, nothing happened, but I don't like to get put up for bullshit like that. So I'm like, nope, keep that tag current, keep them stickers current, pay them taxes if you can. Cause I'm like, maybe it's me. I don't want any unnecessary interactions like that with the police.
Yeah, I don't think it's you. I think it's most of us, especially black folk. All right. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Those are all my car random thoughts.
Okay.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
People have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you, fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah, maybe those people are rule breakers like Appia, and they don't want the government having a personal information, so they just
can't be having that license tag.
Put the rest of us in immediate danger by riding around with no insurance, because got to break the rules. Let's see. Politics. Here we go. God, there's so many. Some of these are old though. I think we already covered. Robert Kennedy Jr. Set to fire entire panel behind the free cancer screenings and HIV meds.
You said free cancer screening and HIV meds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. This is what people voted for. You knew that Trump would make Robert Kennedy Jr. the health czar, and you knew he was anti all pretty much medical science that we've known. So you can't pretend to be surprised. And this is one of those guys that the right wing spirit was in love with. This was like, he ran for president. Mm-hmm. People were like, we would like him to be the vice president when Trump, when he jumped out of the office. Trump came to visit him to get his support after RFK Jr. bowed out. Like this, you cannot, I know they're gonna act like well, I didn't think he'd do this. I don't know why you wouldn't think he'd do this. And when y'all say that, you can't have it both ways of, I think he's pretty much an honest guy. He tricked me and I believed him. And also, I didn't think he'd do the things he said he'd do. Well, which one is it? If he's honest, that means you should think he would do the things he said he'd do.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening?
And it's also one of the things where a lot of because Trump is doing what he said, a lot of this is making the populace susceptible to all types of diseases again, diseases that we had actually eradicated. A lot of them shits they're going to come back. It started when people wouldn't get vaccines. Now you have children that are suffering from shit that their parents are vaccinated from, like unnecessary suffering. And it's very frustrating because we live in a world where pandemics happen and endemics happen. And because they happen all of the time, but it's one of those things, because we're in the United States and we've had competent people in charge, a lot of times they would do things in advance to prevent the shit from actually spreading to our borders and shit like that. Not that it wouldn't come here at all, but it wouldn't be like, oh my God, everybody in the country has caught it. But when you start doing shit like this, these are the type of things that happen. Like, you don't have the knowledge and the wisdoms whose people's whole job has been, dedicated to studying this shit since the bubonic plague and shit like that. And now they like, hey dog, like, what happens when shit happens and those people aren't there and nobody knows what to do, and it becomes fucking chaotic. But that's the purpose.
Because something's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times they make these moves and the idea is like, these things don't come to fruition, so we don't have to worry about them happening. The liberals are just in a nanny state and they're all worried and they're all over indexing the how big these problems are. These are not real problems, they're victims and blah blah blah. And so they put people in charge that carry that rhetoric out, and then inevitably something will happen. Something's going to happen to the economy, something's going to happen to health, something. And what'll be interesting is when it happens, because when it happens determines the reaction. Meaning if it happens in the next 2 to 3 years, then people may turn on Trump in a way of like, we don't want a Republican again. If it happens in like say 4 years and some Democrat is in office, that Democrat will get the blame for this shit.
Right, because people aren't smart.
Yeah, it's it's like when people found out about the ventilator thing. It's like, well, when were these cuts made? Like, who decided this shit? And it's like, oh yeah, well, that happened under Republicans, but still this Democrat is in charge, and why don't we have enough ventilators? So it doesn't really matter to people in a lot of ways. Treasury Department wants you to help pay the $36.7 trillion national debt via Venmo and PayPal.
No, bitch, suck my dick. No, I'm not paying for that bullshit. Because y'all did things to actually get the debt to where it was.
They're just trying to turn taxes into charity.
Yes.
Right? Like, we refuse to tax billionaires and at the rate that we're supposed to, which would immediately wipe out this debt.
Yes.
So how about you, people that are living check to check, people who are looking at their grocery bills in astonishment, people that are worried about the economy and gas and all this shit. Right. How about you put a little something on it? Also, under this government, that Venmo might say $ Trump, Trump train. I don't know that it's going to the government.
Oh, it's not. It's not. It's going to Trump's personal account. No. And it's the federal government. And for those of you that dealt with it, y'all know the federal government is huge. The federal government is slow. Shit, the federal government, if they want to contact you, bitch, they gonna send you some shit through the mail. That, a lot of that shit is not electronic or none of that shit.
So what are you saying?
It's like, but you want me to pay this back in Venmo and PayPal shit, but normally the federal government don't function that quickly. So this is a goddamn scam.
Well, this is the government that's doing this. Like, it's official.
Oh, I understand it's official, but I don't think, I'm like you, I don't think the money is going where it's supposed to go.
Yeah. I wouldn't trust the people running this government that the money would go where it's supposed to go.
Right.
But also, just, it's weird that this is the official government. Like, if I were to tell you PayPal this account a year ago, and I said this is gonna go to the debt for the United States Treasury, you would have been like, so it's a scam. Because the government wouldn't do something fucking shady like that.
Right.
But we are now officially in shady territory.
Right.
Like, this is the official government being like, yeah, man, it's called Gifts to Reduce the Public Debt. It's a portal on pay.gov. Keep in mind, you don't owe the government. This is not how you pay your taxes or anything. They just are like, if you want to put something on it, you got 5 on the debt?
I do not.
Pitch in.
I didn't make the decisions to cut shit. So what am I put like this? What am I pitching in on for you to still in my healthcare, for me to still lose my job, for me to still, not be able to afford to feed my kids, for me to still be homeless? I'm not pitching into that bullshit.
Who's gonna do it?
Right.
Who are the people that's gonna do it? Because I feel like your name should go in the registry of a sucker that's born every day. Just like, oh, they got some suckers. Hey, we just got $20 from this sucker. Like, I feel like it's all going to be people wearing MAGA merch. Who feels this much ownership over the debt of the economy? Like, man, I better do my job and pitch in. Oh, man, I had a hard day at work, but I want to make sure I give my 10% to Jesus? No, to the government. Okay, pay unto Caesar. Tennessee school bans doctor notes and cites work ethic for students. Lawrence County school system in Tennessee just told parents their kids' doctor's notes won't mean a thing this year. No more excused absences for being sick. If your kid misses 8 days of school, even with the flu or strep, the next stop could be juvenile court. Keep in mind, this is the lie they said Kamala was doing. Like, Kamala Harris didn't do this for real. If you go look it up, and then but people got outraged at the very idea. This is way worse because they're not trying to help these kids that are in indigent situations and get this. What resources can we do to make sure this family's okay? This is just like the Republican mantra of like, we gonna scare you into acting right. We'll fucking take a kid to court if this motherfucker missed too much school. You better show up sick. I don't care if you coughing.
Right. And all that's gonna happen is that kids gonna get other children sick, because this is the thing. You're doing this, but at the same time, you don't have anything to help the children.
You're getting rid of the vaccine panel.
Right,
you know what I mean?
You get rid of the mandates and bullshit. And my thing is this: some children are very sickly. There are some children that get cancer and all types of things that miss big swaths of schools. So,
well, they better show their ass up to juvenile court, Karen.
And what happens? So now you take my child that got cancer and do what now? Now my
child put them in the juvenile detention, or they gonna be in class getting on the IV drip. I don't know. They do not care. They think it's just this is a Republican mindset. They think everybody is just trying to get over, and if you are punishing them, they will stop. That is it. That's how they think about welfare. That's how they think about unemployment. That's how they think about HIV. That's how they think about healthcare. Everything is like, if you just punish the people, they'll act right. It's very puritanical. It's very old school, white people religious, that type of shit. We've never gotten over slavery.
Nope.
Is why they beat slaves and not try. But indentured servants, they treat a little different, and then whatever. But so anyway, punishment is everything here, and they truly think they can punish sick kids into being in school, and then they won't. Instead of investigating why are 14% of students being classified as chronically absent, why can't we dive into that 14%? We know who the percentage. We know who the kids are.
A lot of black and
brown. Let's find out.
Kids.
I don't know what their race is. You're saying that. I'm saying you literally, if you know it's 14%, that means you literally know
the demographics,
the exact kid, not demographics. No, the exact kid.
That's true. Yeah, you know the exact kid. And
it's not just 14% to the people in this community.
No, it's not.
Y'all actually know it's Johnny Smith who has been missing these days. You technically could do a welfare check. You could had a kid talk to a counselor. You could, go by the house. You could do so many things. But what did you do? Pass a blanket, we will take you to juvenile court thing. That's the only thing you're going to do, first and foremost. And you don't see anything in here saying, well, okay, we're gonna do that, but like we're gonna try to like I said, even with Kamala Harris's plan, she never sent anyone to jail. Like it was, hey, these are the resources I have as a DA, and then we're gonna come out to your house and we're gonna try to do what we can to make sure you're on the right programs, whatever assistance you need.
Yeah, you in the right program.
We're going to find a way to make your home life better so that your child may be at school when they're supposed to be at school.
Right.
That's not what this program does. Once a student hits just 3 absences, interventions begin. By 8 absences, they're looking at court referrals, failing grades, possibly losing chance to graduate or get a driver's license. There are only a few exemptions, things like chronic illnesses with proper medical documentation, family deaths, or religious holidays. And parents are not having it. Like they're like, fuck y'all.
Because it doesn't make sense. Like things happen, and my thing is, how can you do that but yet there's no doctor excuses? So no, you're lying. The chronic illnesses don't matter because it's going to be up to the discretion of the school. This is how a lot of this bullshit goes. So my child is chronically ill. Everybody knows my child is chronically ill. I'm bringing you notes. The school is saying your notes is not valid. Now what?
Who decides? Like, is my asthma a chronic illness? If it's not, I have to be in the hospital every day. But it's, hey, I have asthma. It's a chronic disease. It's literally labeled that. And it could flare up. And one day I might not be able to be in school. And the next day I might be able to. But if I accumulate 3 absences, here we go. Stephen A. Smith blasts Michelle Obama over offensive Trump comments. Stephen A. Smith. My God. What's wrong with this man? So Michelle Obama said that ESPN, it's the same drama. They're yelling at each other. They don't get along, you know. I mean, Stephen A. Smith, he's just like every other talk show host. In the wake of her jibe, because she called him, she said that it's more like Real Housewives of Atlanta. I guess he took offense, so he went on his podcast because he got acknowledged. And he can't help himself. He's like a shark that can't ever have a little bit of discipline or something and go, I'm not gonna say anything about this. Like, as soon as his name comes up, it's like opportunity to get some clout, get some attention. So it said, Michelle Obama, I want to take this opportunity to remind you that while you are revered by me personally, I truly mean that with the greatest sincerity. I'm still a bit salty at you. When you were campaigning on behalf of the former Vice President Kamala Harris, you said a vote for Trump was a vote against you and a vote against y'all as women. I want to say for the record, I took major offense to that. I think to this day, that is the only thing I didn't like that you said. I didn't appreciate it because there's so many things that go into deciding where your vote is going to go. For some people, it's all about the economy. For others, it's all about national security. For some people, it's about immigration. For some people, it's safety in the streets. Oh, why am I not doing a voice? I'm sorry. This is on me. I guess because this is how you know it's making me mad. I don't even want to do the like fun voice.
Right.
But I will, because I promise y'all something. I'm sorry. Michelle Obama. I want to take this opportunity to remind you that while you are revered by me personally, and I truly mean that with the greatest sincerity, I'm a bit salty at you. When you were campaigning on behalf of former Vice President Kamala Harris, you said a vote for Trump was a vote against you and a vote against y'all as women. And I want to say for the record, I took major offense to that. I think to this day, that is the only thing that I didn't like that you said. And I didn't appreciate it. Because there's so many things that go into deciding where your vote is going to go. For some people, it's all about the economy. For others, it's all about national security. For some people, it's about immigration. For some people, it's about the safety in the streets of America. Long before they think about pro-choice or pro-life. Smith then briefly praised Obama after branding her sensational and claiming both she and her husband Barack would beat Trump in the election if either of them decided to run in the future. He then addressed her comments about ESPN. He said he respectfully disagreed. So this doesn't have anything to do with what you were talking about, how sports and reality TV mirror one another, even though we would beg to differ. Because a lot of things on reality TV are made up situations and scenarios to provoke reactions and all of that stuff. Well, we're in sports. That's live entertainment. And you're actually competing against one another It's big time. No, reality TV is not like that. You're so wrong about that. And that assertion, but that's neither here nor there. You will never hear me utter a negative word about you, but I respectfully disagree and still remain pretty salty about what you said about us. He said before adding that Obama sort of blackmailed us emotionally into trying to compel us to vote one way or another. I think it's interesting because sports is made up.
Right.
Sports is literally reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we place more importance on it, but it is. And there's a reason both of those are billion-dollar industries at this point. It's cheaper to do reality TV in the sports, but it ain't like we'll sit down and watch it. We don't give a fuck. Like the quality means nothing, meaning y'all will stop the world to watch preseason football.
Right.
The same way you'll stop the world to watch Love Island 7, the reunion or whatever the fuck. Like it's, and the other thing she said that is huge, she's talking about the coverage of sports, not sports. So she's talking about, and she's right. First Take is reality TV. First Take's not about sports.
Mm-mm.
It's literally contrived, meaning there's no reason for us to have a is LeBron better than Michael Jordan debate 100 times a year on that channel.
Right.
There's no reason other than it's Stephen A arguing with people and people tune in to see who wins the argument, quote unquote. And they become their own personalities. Mm-hmm. Stephen A. Smith is not revered for his sports knowledge.
Mm-mm.
He's revered for his takes.
Yeah.
And his delivery of his takes.
Agreed.
That is different. We're not talking about LeBron. She didn't say LeBron James, ESPN and LeBron. When I see the NBA, I just like, oh my God, Real Housewives. She didn't say that. She's like, no, when I see Stephen A. Smith, who she said by name, you are reality TV. You're a soap opera star.
And you get paid a lot of money to do it.
Yeah, like, I don't like, but once again, I don't know whenever it comes to Stephen A. I never know how sincere he ever is because I know he's lied before and he says different stuff depending on who he's talking to.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been caught in lies several times. It's at this point, and he has no conscience about it. So it's not like he's ever going to stop and be like, yeah, okay, y'all got me. I did say this earlier and then I said this later. So I don't know how much of Stephen A. is an act and how much of the act is Stephen A. I have no idea who that man really is because he doesn't really seem to move in an authentic way, in my opinion, just from a long view away. But he's one of the best TV entertainers in the game. I don't think I don't even think that's debatable. So you end up with, he heard the clarion call of someone mentioning his name, and it don't matter if it's a Michelle Obama or not. He's going to try to get some traction off of that shit. I don't know if he's talking about Shannon Sharp no longer returning to the network and his role in that. Like that's probably a lot less, something that he doesn't want to probably get into. That's probably a little too real. But talking about Michelle Obama's podcast, like, sure. None of us were wanting to really know his opinion on that or not, but I'm sure he just knows how to get to the attention bag, and he did it again.
He did it again. He does it well. This is what he does.
Yeah, no loyalty to anybody, and
no.
I think he is just a conservative that he's just a black conservative that doesn't want to be strapped with the cultural label of the responsibility and the consequences that come with being that. So he keeps talking in circles around it. But what he's basically saying is, don't tell me vote Democrat.
That's basically what that statement said. And this, is one of those things, for me, I'm not trying to be funny. This is one of the times where I'd be wanting to say, just stay in your lane. Just stick to the sports.
He has no lane. He has no lane.
And now he's like driving all over all the lanes.
Yeah. His Stephen A. Smith is his lane.
Yes.
So you say the name Stephen A. Smith, he gonna pop up and do his dance or whatever. But Trump ways Diddy pardon, but he says it's tough to do because Diddy has criticized him in the past.
Diddy ain't willing to write the right check. Child, ain't nobody crazy.
Yet. I mean, I think.
I mean, that's what I mean. Not yet.
Check ain't cash yet.
Yeah, either the check ain't cashed, or either y'all in the form of negotiation. So you just being like, I'm considering it.
Right.
Or either you saying that before did even reach out to you to let you know that you are for sale. Nobody's crazy, bitch. Everybody knows she's for sale. Everything about us is for sale. Child, the people from China gonna come and take parts of the White House he done built, because they're gonna be like, bitch, y'all ain't paid taxes on this. Give us our shit back. Everything is for motherfucking sale for Trump.
And he didn't say it's impossible.
Right.
He said that he would have a tougher time considering it, which I think means price of the brick. Like, yeah, whatever I typically charge people for these is more for you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more, player.
The Smithsonian had removed a Trump display about his impeachment, but now they say it's actually going to go back, and that it was removed not because Trump is in office and demanded it be removed. It was over the design not fitting with something, and it will be put back up at some point.
We don't believe you. I don't care what y'all say. We don't believe you. Somebody reached out to you in the White House. Somebody said something. You took it down. You have a lot of people that donate a lot of money and that love this shit. And they was like, hey, bitch, history is history. We don't give a fuck about what he talking about. And y'all like, oh, my bad. We can't make the donors angry, and you put that shit back.
Yeah, I don't believe them either. Their excuse was that the American presidency, A Glorious Burden, was meant to be a temporary thing and didn't meet their standards. According to the curators, the Trump impeachment signage was inconsistent with the rest of the display in terms of appearance, location, and presentation. It also physically blocked the view of objects in the display case. The museum emphasized that no administration or other government official requested the removal. But do they need to?
No, we don't.
At this point, I don't believe that the Donald Trump's administration, which is the point of why they do what they do, I don't think they need to come tell you. Take that shit down.
Somebody made a decision, and it wouldn't be surprising. Not only the donors, it wouldn't be surprising if it was like, hey, somebody's job who to go through, be sure it was like, why was this move? Who took this down? And somebody was like, well, I just took it down. They was like, put that bitch back up.
That's not what I mean. I mean, like, if me and you are in this room and another person's in this room and we're talking and they come over and smack me and say, shut the fuck up. They don't need to smack you. Right? You just saw what happened to the person that was talking. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. So when they're like, the administration didn't reach out to us, they don't got to.
No, they don't.
They've been slapping people and telling them shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. They've been suing schools and shit. Yeah.
The Smithsonian need to wait? Like, no, they get it. They see what it is. They've taken down Black history exhibits and shit. They know what their funding is. The fucking National Public Broadcasting department is closing at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. No, there doesn't need to be a overt, hey, cut it out. The cut it out is all in the air. It's everywhere.
It is. And it's up to you to determine if you're going to fight back about it.
Yeah, and people aren't going to fight back. That's the whole fucking point.
Everybody
that's what we've been saying.
Rules.
Like, I hate to be that person, but I'm going to keep saying I told you so, because we were right and not enough people are talking about how not enough people are saying we were wrong. So those of us that were right, I'm not going to stop telling you how I was fucking right until everybody's on the same fucking page that, goddamn, y'all said this is what would happen and that's what happened. Brown University has already gotten rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion to get like a $50 million agreement with the Trump administration. The point being, everyone who thought colleges are so liberal and they're going to stand up because they're not. First of all, Republicans were the ones telling y'all colleges were liberal. If you ask anybody that fucking goes to college, nobody that goes to college is like, God damn, man, super liberal up in this bitch. Mm-mm. You're like, oh, this is an old institution with a lot of rules. That's what everyone.
Yes, it is.
Everyone who ever has gone to these colleges, these stodgy institutions, it's not fucking peace and love and flower children up in that bitch. Mm-mm. Like, you're there to get an education, and the bigger the money and the older the university, it's going to lean more conservative as a culture, no matter what they teach, because things that last a long time typically tend to be conservative in nature, because you're conserving the past, right? You're conserving tradition, the Ivies and all this shit. So the idea that Brown University, who people treat, typically very liberal institution, or, just been around forever. Well, we let Trump in office.
Yes, we did.
And you see all the shit he's doing in these other places. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck is Brown University going to be like, we can take him? Yale couldn't do it, but we got it. No. You see, but Yale gets slapped in the mouth and told, shut the fuck up. And you be like, I be shutting the fuck up. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, they got their $50 million deal. And all it cost them was stop promoting unlawful DEI goals. This is in their 3-year agreement. Provide gender-specific locker rooms based strictly on biological sex. Prohibit gender-affirming care for minors on campus. Something wasn't happening.
They're not doing that.
Eliminate racial preferences in admission. Launch a new anti-Semitism survey and hand over discrimination complaint data to the federal government. Meaning, if you are a person that's pro-Palestinian or whatever, they finna put your information to the government, dog. The whole thing about this deal being 3 years, it's telling you everything. This is them saying, as long as he's in power, they're going to re-up the deal if they can, if he wins again or runs again or the next Republican succeeds him or whatever happens. This is 100% about, if America lets bad people be in charge, that's what America is. That's what it is, dog. It ain't all that fucking flowery shit that they wrote in that Constitution don't mean a motherfucking thing. Whoever's in charge determines things. It doesn't mean it will be perfect under another president. It just means you will get a chance to fucking exercise your rights. They was out there in the quad under Biden. They was out there protesting under Biden. It's finna be empty. School is basically back. It's August. Watch what happens, y'all. Watch how few of these protests are gonna keep going now that they're literally locking people up, taking their citizenship, kicking them out of the country, violating their civil rights, and the fucking colleges are like, yes, sir, daddy, can I have another? That's what the fuck is happening. All right.
Yeah, and also I think for me, when you talking about people being right, yeah, I'm gonna be right, and I'm gonna continue to say that other people were wrong, because I don't know, I'm just tired of like the internet and interacting with people, and the loudest people, particularly about a lot of shit, be so loud and so boisterous and so demanding and so overbearing beforehand. But then when shit happens and it don't go the way that they quote unquote claim, it's motherfucking crickets. And so, but then they want you to shut the fuck up. No, bitch, you was loud, so let me be loud. You're going to hear this until, guess what? Prove me wrong in 2 years when it's midterm. Prove me wrong when it's time to vote. Until then, you're going to hear my motherfucking words. You're going to hear, I told you so. You're going to hear, I am mad, because you know what? All that intensity and all that other bullshit you got, your intensity left. My intensity stayed the motherfucking same. I was mad before, and bitch, I'm mad afterwards. Your anger was temporary. My anger is subscribed in my heart. It's written in the core of my motherfucking soul, and that's something that you can't outlast, because you don't stand for a motherfucking thing.
All right, well, I think mission accomplished. We talked about politics. We clearly are mad, so let's move into something else. I don't even know what segment to go to after that. It's pretty bleak out this bitch. Let's see. Maybe we'll do a gender war. That tends to shake things up a little bit. People like the gender wars as a palate cleanser. Here we go.
We're going to war. The gender war. There's a war going on outside. Gender war. There's a war going on outside. Gender war.
All right. Let me know if y'all can hear this audio, because sometimes we have issues with this, but it just says A for originality as a caption at disrespected the THE is who put the video on Twitter. It's 45 seconds long, and it's from TikTok originally.
Yo,
the caption says, "She brought her kids on a date and expected me to pay for them." Okay, we all on the same page of what's happening. Okay, I'm gonna start playing it. Y'all let me know if you can't hear the sound.
yeah, I want y'all to tell me if I'm in the wrong, because I agreed to take this lady out for her birthday, but she brought her kids with her. 2 kids.
Now,
And the baby.
hold up. What do you mean, and a baby?
It's 2 kids and like a small infant one. Oh, is that another adult or that's him holding
I think
it?
that's him holding the baby.
Oh, okay. I about to say that look like 3.
In the hand that's not the phone, he's holding the baby.
I'm with you now.
So it now he did show us her and the kids. Shout out to this innocent kid whose face is all up in it.
Right. It's like, I'm here because mama said I had to come.
Now, context clue, the TikTok account is called @HayesFamilyTV, which makes me feel like this is their shared family account, and he's clearly faking this for engagement. I don't even they got a long way to go to make me believe this.
Right.
Hey, this lady out for her birthday, but she brought her kids with her. 2 kids. And she expected me to pay for the kids too. And I'm like, I ain't even agreed to that. I agreed to take you out. Then you just gonna pay. You're gonna bring your kids expecting for me to pay for them. And it's like, do you got like a good reason why I should even do that though?
Okay. First of all, we're married. Yeah.
That's okay.
That's hilarious.
They're making fun of the gender wars, I think.
Yes.
I think they're clearly in on it. They know that it's bullshit.
Yes, that's hilarious.
This is
just like a spoof.
Yeah, if anything, that's adorable.
Well, we're married. Yeah. And we're married 11 years. These kids are ours. Yours.
It's his own kids.
All right, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
Zero.
That was
0.
Hilarious. I am not offended at all.
0.
They will not be warring over this.
Yeah, it's a 0 because they're in on it, and I just can't see anyone.
Bravo!
Yeah. Anyone that's in the chat trying to fight over it is just a piece of shit. Like, you gotta really, really just be a dummy to be like, I'm gonna fight anyway.
Hilarious.
That was so funny. Take a bow. That was fucking wow. Like, phenomenal. What a great palate cleanser too. Honestly, I didn't even know that's how that was gonna go.
Mm-mm.
And I'm so glad that that's how it went, because damn, that we needed that shit. Okay, it's one of them days. All right, let's see. We'll do something else kind of fun or whatever. Let's do some white people news. Okay, I know people love to see what the whites are into.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully it'll be a little more upbeat than the ain't we lucky we got them shit we was just talking about.
For real.
White people news, we're bringing egg salad to the barbecue. We might be problematic or a little bit dim. The sun's really harsh on our fragile pink skin. It's white people news.
All right, white people news. Bobby Althoff.
Who?
Actor? No, I don't know if she's an actress or not, but I know she's a podcaster.
Okay.
And she's the podcaster you may know from doing all the she does a lot of the deadpan review interviews where she, black people know her because the black interviews, but they think she only picks on black people, and that's not true.
Because we talked about her before then.
Yeah,
yes.
She actually is awkward. That's her brand, that awkward whiteness.
Just being
and she brings on all kinds of people there. She'll bring ScarJo on and be like, oh, so you do movies or something? That kind of shit. Well, she's ending her podcast, the Really Good Podcast.
I wonder why.
After just over 2 years of deadpan interviews, viral moments, and a wildly unpredictable format, Bobby Althoff has officially signed off from the Really Good Podcast. She confirmed the end during her final episode, stepping in front of the mic, dressed in black. Guys, I don't think there's any really good way to say, but this is the last episode she shared. Standing beside her sister Lexi, she sang an off-key hallelujah to close things out. Her unconventional style of the podcast rise fast, hosting major names like Drake, Scarlett Johansson, and Shaq. Her infamous Drake interview, filmed in bed, racked up over 1 billion views. When asked how she scored it, she said, "I simply reached out." She reflected, this podcast started off with just a girl with a dream to make more money. It has been a dream every second of it. So we don't know what's coming next for her, but you know, the whites, I know they love her.
They do. I'll just say I could see that just being a lot. Like, what people fail to realize, people think when you quote unquote blow up like that, you're prepared. You're not always prepared. There's no instruction.
Yeah, she got divorced and stuff during the middle of that. There was, of course, a ton of like the negative stuff that people thought about her, and then there was like rumors that she was like sleeping with people and shit. It was you know, I can see being at the center of that.
Yeah, and just being like, I'm okay with this. Like, we can let this go.
And it's also just, we're in a weird place where like, I don't want to say anything disrespectful for her necessarily, but what is your talent really? It's awkward, deadpan interview comedy kind of, and it's like I can see feeling like there's a limit to what she can and can't do. She may have other aspirations,
that's true too,
but it would be out of character. Maybe she wants to be an actress, or maybe she just had, and my guess is someone like this has agents, and because when you make the kind of money and get the kind of viral fame that she got, you got a team. Like, you're not just hopping off the podcast and that's it. It's probably some more shit.
Yeah, y'all gonna see her somewhere else, whatever her other endeavors are.
Hulk Hogan died. And so now all his information is coming out, and his rift with his daughter is coming, like more information is coming out about that, because we all know Brooke Hogan, his daughter, is the woman that he was talking about when he was filmed without his knowledge on that sex tape, where he was having sex with his friend's wife. Bubba the Love Sponge was like, "Hey, you want to fuck my wife?" Hulk Hogan said, "Sure, why not?" And since I'm in here, might as well reveal some of my innermost racist thoughts, since I'm not being recorded. And so he told the dude, like, he didn't want his daughter dating a black person, but he said the N-word instead. And it was like, it'd be different if it was a rich N-word that played like 8 feet tall that played basketball, but like, this just a regular black person that I'm supposed to just act like it's a regular human. No, regular is for white people. You can date a regular white man, but it better be a rich black. And he says, you know, I think we're all a little racist. And Brooke did, I believe, ultimately stick beside her father in that wake of that. I don't know that it was like, people try to trace it back to that moment and be like, Brooke Hogan, she's a real stand-up person. She like stopped fucking with her family all because Hulk Hogan was racist. But that's actually not how it went. It took years before this relationship actually deteriorated. And the reason it deteriorated was because of his treatment of her after this. And he remarried, and people thought it was his new wife maybe that made them not work. But no, that's not it's not even the new wife. And he just like literally just married his new wife in 2023. So like,
that's real recent.
Yeah. And they're like, Brooke Hogan's like, we've been estranged since before that. He had allegedly refused to meet Brooke Hogan's kids before he died. Like, that's some old school beef.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband, who I believe was a former hockey player or something, Steven Alexi, I think his name. He said, I sent text messages once again to kind of gauge where he was at, but there was no interest in basically reconciling. Nick offered to bring him to our house to meet the kids, but it never happened. The rift had been going for years. After his death, critics questioned the absence for WWE tributes. Brooke responded via Instagram story saying, at WWE did not extend an invite. Following his passing from a heart attack, she shared a heartfelt message. I know in my heart I did everything I could. He knew I would run through a burning building for him. He knows how deeply, how hard, how purely I loved him. I'm at peace knowing this. All I ever wanted from my father was love, honesty, and deep connection. And for a few special years I had that. My world is forever changed. And I'll say this too, man. And I felt the same way with Diddy's kids. I don't know what the fuck you do.
Right.
I
And
can't,
nobody does.
I literally can't imagine the head trip and how long it takes to truly undo this programming. Because this person is one of the first people you meet on Earth, and they have all these formative years before you've developed any of the morality and lessons and knowledge and wisdom that comes with living life, and they're responsible for passing that on to you at first. So even that original shit you learned is from them. And then as you get older and realize this is a horrible person, how do you break that mental programming of this is the person that fed me, burnt me, walked me? You got to undo the, was it all bad? It was all bad. No, some was good.
Right.
You know, and I know people can be very harsh on this because they're strangers and shit, but for me, parasocially, I remember going through this with listening to Keith and the Girl. And Keith Malley, friend of the show, he has a father that's, you know, he wrote a book about him. Like literally. The Dad Emails, look it up. It's a great book. It's very funny. But and he came on here and he did an episode about it. We interviewed him about it. And in the Dad Emails, he talks about like all this horrible shit his dad has been his whole fucking life. But when he started that podcast, Keith and the Girl, I remember listening from near the beginning. And it took him a while to even accept, like, fuck, I was abused growing up.
It takes a while.
Wait a minute. And like people were telling him that as he told these stories, but like,
because it's normal to you.
There's some weird mental shit these motherfuckers do to you as a kid and shit, to where you're like, nah, I can't be that. Nah, real abuse is blank or whatever. And it's like, well, you were hit. No, oh yeah, I guess no, but that was, well, then he made you do this. And it's like slowly people wake up. So I mostly feel bad for the people. I don't feel this like anger at them too. Like, Brooke Hogan, why are you writing a tribute to your racist fucking dad? I'm like, oh God, that must suck. Cause when Hulk Hogan died, to me, a racist just left the earth. That's all that happened. But for her,
I didn't have a personal relationship with him.
Yeah. The man that got, cause I think she wrestled for a bit too. Like, yeah, it's, you know, the reality show shit. I can't imagine, you know, the pain of not wanting to see, and it's him not wanting to see her kids. And she had white kids, for the record. Her husband's white. So it's like, I don't know. He just seemed like a toxic, fucked up person. And I know white people in the Dan Lebertar show been walking around talking about how it's like complicated with his legacy. It ain't complicated. Shit is as complicated as you want it to be. This time, I get there's some people where it is complicated. This one wasn't complicated.
And I used to love him as a child, like before all these other things happened.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like a lot of celebrities, people can be celebrities. They can bring joy in your life and still be horrible as human beings.
Right.
And people can't decipher and separate that. And when things like that happen, I get it, where it dims and it almost kills the joy that you had at one period of time. But also, trying to find, depending on what it is, everybody makes these compromises. People think they don't, but everybody has lines that they draw at various different places. And for some people go, well, I enjoyed Hulk Hogan for what he was while he was wrestling, but he still can also be a racist piece of shit. And I could say that too. He could be both.
And he had a big impact on Karen. I remember when I met Karen, she was wearing like these yellow t-shirts with no sleeves,
ripping them.
One of the reasons that she has those huge pythons, that's what she call her arm muscles, is because
these huge pythons.
She used to eat her vitamins and say her prayers, brother. And that, you know,
I am a real American.
Yeah, it
Shout
really
out
hurt
to
her.
American Dad.
It hurt her when he turned out to be a piece of shit. Mariah Carey, 56, puts on a leggy display in four figure hugging outfits as she headlines Brighton Pride.
Come on through. I know you got pics of Mariah.
Right. Of course. She wowed fans on Saturday as she took to the stage for her much anticipated headline slot at Brighton Pride. The superstar singer 56 put on a leggy display in four-figure hugging outfits. It's so weird reading four figures. So there's number four figure hugging outfits. Because I don't know if it's because we just talked about wrestling, but I keep hearing figure 4 in my fucking brain. She glittered in a silver gradient dress. Well, come on. She loves glitter. Everything I don't think she owns anything.
I think she even had an album called Glitter.
Yeah, she don't own shit that don't glitter. Okay?
Child, you better be sparkling.
You date Mariah Carey, you just got to deal with the glitter that come with it.
Yes, it's pre-glittered.
She glittered in a silver gradient dress that she paired with a diamante pink jacket and silver boots before changing it to blue and turquoise number that kept her legs on full display. Her package set list included hits like Vision of Love and Heroes, as she gave the long-awaited performance that was initially scheduled for 2020 but was canceled because of the COVID pandemic. She later wrote, damn, they got that 5 years later? Wow, she really was committed to making sure she did that.
Mm-hmm.
She later wrote on Instagram, thank you so much, Bright and Pride, for having me tonight. A special heartfelt thank you to the LGBTQ plus community for your ongoing support. I will always be there for you. Love, MC.
She looks good.
She always look good, man. I mean, that's a fine woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget jersey dress at the motherfucking Wizards. The Wizards jersey dress at the NBA All-Star game. That changed my life. I was like, oh my God. I love women. Women. I will love women. She took the opportunity to show her support for the trans community by embellishing a pink jacket with the phrase "Protect the dolls." She elsewhere in the performance, she stunned in a more loosely fitted gold dress and thigh-high boots. She also changed it to a longer black dress.
I have a question. Protect the dolls. Is that like a phrase or something? Okay.
It's a slogan to protect trans kids, protect trans people.
Okay. I wanted to be sure I understood. I thought that's what it was, but I was like, let me ask in case it means something else.
No. It's always good to ask. And I didn't take offense to you asking for clarification.
Thank you.
Elsewhere in the performance, Mariah stunned in a more loosely fitted gold dress and thigh-high boots. She also changed it to a longer black dress and open-toe glittery high heels for a more upmarket, glamorous look. Fans were quick to praise the performance of Mariah Carey's Instagram, writing, "What an amazing performance. Vocals on point, Mimi. I have no words to describe this night. Best 2 hours of my life. Thank you, Mariah. You don't know how much you and your songs mean to me. Love you. You are perfect. Protect the dolls. Protect the dolls. I want that jacket." So yeah, she was out here giving it to him, give them high-pitched notes and all that stuff. That's the Protect the Dolls jacket.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah. So congrats to her and everybody that got to witness that performance. We love to see Mariah out here flourishing.
Mm-hmm.
She's come a long way.
You don't get that diva.
Yeah. All right. And then, you know what? Actually, this is a momentous occasion. I don't normally get a chance to play this song, but maybe Rod needs some Rod Change His Mind music.
Oh shit.
Music. We might need that. 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 We might need that.
Rod Change His Mind. 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 You might need to make a note every single time that my mind is changing. Rod Change His Mind. Rod Change His Mind. Rod Change His Mind. So yesterday, and I did say on the show live, hey, I'm not fully finished with these thoughts. I fleshing this out, and we went on a long tangent. Mm-hmm. And I normally try to bring more things I feel more solid about than just thinking out loud on the microphone. Doesn't happen all the time, but I try to be like, okay, I'm sure this is how I feel. But I was talking about some of the general scuttlebutt of the online, and I still do feel that the online social media constant rage thing it's something. It's not right. It's something. It's definitely fucking us up, and we're not living in the same realities anymore. Mm-mm. But in all fairness, I lumped in the Sydney Sweeney reaction to that. I was like, man, I think people might be reaching on the Sydney Sweeney thing too. And it's not necessarily that there's no cause to find fault in her advertising. It's just that this shit rising to honestly getting as much or more attention than shit that is laws and stuff. Mm-hmm. That feels like we're doing that because it's easier than talking about real stuff.
Yes.
Like conservatives boycott. It's conservatives boycott beer because a trans person got a 30-second ad or some shit, and you're like, these motherfuckers have lost their minds. Like, why do they even care this much? Let's say you do have a problem with trans people. Why are you trying to destroy Bud Light over this shit?
Right.
This is crazy. So now we have that with American Eagle. It's like, let's destroy American Eagle or whatever, which I don't give American Eagle any dollars. So I don't really have much to add to this. But in all fairness, I said that, and I went to watch the ad, and I'll play the ad for all of us so we can see it together.
Because I've never seen it.
Right. I went to watch the ad. Here's the ad. It's only 30 seconds.
Eagle jeans. I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Oh, this is not the right ad. This is and it says Sydney Sweeney has great jeans.
Okay.
But that's only one of them. It's a different one. Hold on.
Oh, they got multiple ones?
Yeah, there's one where a guy's talking and he's like, Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. Let me find that one. But it's so that ad is the one that seemed like it got everybody pissed off. And it's so funny that they don't wanna. Okay, maybe we'll do this. Okay, here we go. Oh wait, I gotta share my screen again, right?
Mm-hmm. You went away.
Jesus. Here we go. Boom, back. All right, I think this might be it.
It's been.
Sydney Sweeney has great jeans.
Okay, so there's multiple ads with that slogan. Okay, that's one of them. That's still not the one that made everybody mad. You know what? Twitter might be better. But there's one where she's talking to where she's like, I got great jeans and they've been passed down. And my jeans are blue. And so the argument, I don't want to say argument, but the point they're trying to make is like, it's a play on the word jeans. That's not just genes like JENS, but genes like genetics. And so people are like, it's promoting this in this time where we're kind of promoting this, we're dealing with a racist government, racist power structure, resurgence of white nationalism. Why are you having an ad talking about
genes are
eugenics? Here we go.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My jeans are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great jeans.
So that's the one that made people be like, what?
That's it?
Yes. That being said, I'm changing my mind. I think people are right. I think it is signaling towards that. And the reason I think that, I mean, and it's not just because she registered as a Republican in 2024 in Florida, which is what? That's like, of all the times to decide to join the Republican bandwagon, that's wild. But I think it's rightfully dog whistling at something. And let's say you're like, nah, that's a stretch. Do you know who the people are who are defending the ad and using the ad to say like, you liberals are being crazy? JD Vance, Fox News. So they picked up the signal.
Okay, right. Like, a lot of times when you look and you be like, who is defending you? You go, oh, okay, I might be on the wrong side.
And the reason I have to bring it up, I think, is that I said last year, and I'm trying to stay more on the pulse of this. So much of the fight that we're experiencing in America is not one of facts and not one of overt stuff. A lot of it is just culture war narratives and signaling. And so when you see people like JD Vance being like, great job, Democrats. First of all, Democrats don't have a problem with this. I haven't seen a single Democratic politician bring this up. So it's not a Democrat thing. Okay, so why are Republicans and white nationalists latching onto this ad then and saying it's the Democrats and the liberals and the progressives who are upset with Sydney Sweeney, who they've decided is an avatar for like their version of white supremacy? She's a very attractive young white lady with blonde hair and blue eyes,
right?
Which they, whether, and I'm not saying this with her consent, I don't know.
Right.
This is not.
Yeah, they just pick avatars.
I understand what most people would do at a segment like this. This is not what we're doing. I don't know this woman. I don't really know what her politics are. I have some reasonable assumptions I could make. I'm not even making them right now. What I am saying is they have decided she's an avatar. And much like when they did this with Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift was under the management of her father at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until she got from under her father's management that she started being like, man, fuck what y'all talking
more
about.
Vocal, yes.
I'm liberal. I'm a Democrat. I'm going to tell my people to vote for liberals. I'm pro LGBTQ. Fuck y'all and fuck everything y'all stand for, right? Essentially was her music and her voice. I'm not saying, obviously her boyfriend works with what I would imagine be a Trump supporter at work in football. So who knows how that works. But my point being, Sydney Sweeney may or may not be okay with this. I don't know. She may have intended it. She may not. I'm sure there was many drafts of this commercial and this campaign.
She played like 14 cuts of it.
Yeah. But to me, that tells you how this wasn't an unintentional decision is my point.
Oh, okay.
You don't accidentally make 14 commercials with this as the branding and go, what on earth? How's everybody fucking getting that out of here?
That's too many cuts.
I'm not going to go as deep as other people into the Nazism and shit. Mostly because I don't understand it. I don't have that education to be telling y'all this is Nazi imagery and shit. And maybe that is the deep end for me where I'm like, I wouldn't go that far. But I do take it back. I really do. I changed my mind once I looked at that specific ad because I hadn't seen that one with her talking about my jeans are blue and shit. I had seen some of the other ones and I was like, oh, I guess like, she has great jeans. I'm not telling you to buy the jeans. I'm just saying they look, my flat butt looks great in them and shit. Like, okay, cool. She seemed like a whatever. It's like punny.
Yes.
It's not funny, but punny jeans and jeans. And it's from a person that everyone thinks is super attractive, but seeing that particular one, I get why people are upset by that. So I would take that out of my dissertation from yesterday, and my I don't know, man. I feel like people be kind of reaching, and that one I'll take back and be like, so I changed my mind, guys. All right, let's move on. That was Rod Changed His Mind segment, brand new segment apparently.
You sure? Because you don't never change your mind.
According to these people that hate the show but keep listening.
According to them.
This never happened before. All right, guess the race.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
All right. Guess the race time. Time for us to be racist like Sydney Sweeney. Okay.
Time for us to talk about other people's jeans.
Okay. Let's see what's going on over there. A rare wine scammer pleads guilty in Brooklyn to $99 million Ponzi scheme.
God damn, what kind of wine was you into?
Okay.
That's vintage for real.
A Ponzi schemer who misled his victims into thinking they were giving loans to wealthy wine lovers using their rare bottles as collateral has admitted to his role in the $99 million Ponzi scam in Brooklyn federal court.
Oh, so these were people who were wine collectors and had like wines and were like giving their wine. Why? Oh, I will be livid. Because, some people have wines that have literally been passed down for generations.
Stephen Burton, 60, and his accomplice, James Wellesley, put the lie to the Latin phrase in vino veritas, creating a company called Bordeaux Cellars in 2011, and claiming they could connect investors with high net worth individuals who owned pricey wine collections but needed a quick loan of cash. The targets of the scheme were promised repayment on their loans with interest over 12 months, but their promises were more vinegar than vintage. The rich wine owners were noting more than a boozy mirage, and many of the specific bottles of wine identified as collateral didn't exist. Instead, the duo used the money from new investors to pay initial investors the interest they were expecting. Burton admitted Thursday in Brooklyn federal court that he pleaded guilty. There was no wine. For some of those loans, there was no wine. He pled guilty to wire fraud conspiracy and money laundering conspiracy. He could face between 24 to 29 years in prison based on federal guidelines when he's sentenced on January 6th.
That number just sounds so ridiculous. That got to be white.
All right, Karen's going with white.
Now, if you just said 99 million of Ciroc or something like that, you know, the stuff the black people drink, Crown Royal, I'd have been like, okay, black.
He pitched his wine as collateral business in 2013 in an interview with CNBC, saying he catered to people with bad credit or other problems with banks who were wine rich and cash poor. He told the station he could provide 12 to 18 months loan worth 35% of the market value of the wine and charge 15% a year interest as well as a 1% facility fee, passing 12% of the interest on to his investors. We can offer these people a loan within 24 hours. I'm not a pawnbroker. I'm a wine dealer. He told his audience he got the idea from an article about a pawnbroker. He said, you know what? We can do that with wine. So, all right, Karen going white. Let's check the chat room.
Mm-hmm.
Classic Ponzi scheme. I know this is white, folks. White, Riesling white, Chardonnay fake, payday white. We don't drink Hennessy white. All right. Seems like everyone went with white on this one, and the correct answer is he was white. Y'all got it right.
Ooh, I'm about to say that they did that much money with a nigga. I know something was wrong. Everybody would have been checking his credentials.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think they let a black get away with this.
It'd have turned into $10. They'd have been like, where my money plus interest? So no, thank you. It's definitely white.
It's like, even if it was a 40 ounce, like, hey, the fuck is going on over there, buddy?
Right.
I need my interest back on that $1.99.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to another one. Let's see. How about man accused of threatening? Oh wait, no, I'll make that the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy's manager shoots and kills man arriving to take employee home.
Oh, was he trying to kidnap the employee? What happened?
A Wendy's manager in Tennessee is accused of shooting and killing another man after a fight between them broke out at one of the fast food chain locations in Memphis. Darrell Bowers, 37, has been charged with first-degree murder, according to court records. He's in Shelby County Jail under no bond. The fight is said to have broken out on Monday because an employee wanted to leave her shift early. Now, that's crazy. We got managers sending people home early.
Yes.
And then then the manager get killed for sending them home early. Now we got an employee who wants to leave early, and the manager is shooting people that come to pick her up. Can't win for losing.
Right.
The Memphis Police Department said it received a call at 5:20 p.m. about a disturbance. It was Bowers who made the call. That's the shooter and the manager. What? As officers were on their way to the scene, they received additional reports that a shot had been fired and a person was hit, the outlet reported. Police arrived and reportedly found Stephen Shepard in the Wendy's parking lot with a gunshot wound to his stomach. He was hospitalized and later died, so he killed him. Court documents allege Bowers is the one who shot Shepard with a bail screening form for the suspect, claiming he shot and killed the victim while the two were fighting. The employee who wanted to leave her shift early called Shepard to pick her up after Bowers threatened to slap her. That's a lot of pressure at work.
I think it might be time to go home too.
I gotta go home early. I will slap the shit out of you. Okay, I'm gonna call my daddy. Sometime after Shepard arrived, the two men started fighting. The video posted to social media showed parts of the violent confrontation. Shepard can be seen throwing a punch at a man said to be Bowers before Bowers, clad in a classic red shirt worn by Wendy's workers, so you can't see the blood, appeared to hold his two clasped hands together in front of him shortly before a gunshot is heard. The man in red then walks over to the gunshot victim and appears to slap him in the face as he lay dying. He did say he was going to slap somebody, though.
He did. Yeah.
Okay. Promises made, promises kept.
He kept that same energy.
The person who got shot, he ended up swinging on the manager on the store, and the manager pulled out his gun and shot him. Well, he already had his gun in his hand. When he first got shot, he was screaming, but after a minute, he just stopped moving. Oh, no. The victim and the suspect knew each other. Bowers is said to have not resisted arrest and admitted to being the one who fired the shot. Bowers is scheduled to appear in court on Wednesday. A spokesperson for Wendy's said the restaurants follow strict safety protocols, including de-escalation training.
Yada.
And we have a zero tolerance policy on weapons.
I know you do.
Karen, guess the race.
No bond, black.
No bond, black, says Karen for Darrell Bowers. Let's see what the chat room believes. Bringing black Popeyes behavior to Wendy's. Ha! Oh, man.
That's hilarious.
Love them shootings at Popeyes.
Oh, no.
No one else is guessing. That's probably a slight delay or something.
I think it is, too.
You guys know how it is.
Yes.
No, I was just unplugging something.
No.
Dave would never black. The character from the TV show Smoke Black. How come you got to go home early? Your shift not even done. Black. The correct answer is black. Everyone got it right. I feel like Memphis was the real giveaway. Memphis be having a type.
Yeah, it does. It's Memphis.
Man. Well,
Memphis ain't nothing to fuck with.
Is he trying to be Mr. Wendy's? Why do you care so much?
Right?
And then for it to be a person you knew. That's crazy. All right. Let's get to the last one. Let me go to the bonus round. Karen is 2 for 2.
Yay!
That's a bitch was why! I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to get the race.
Gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big dive, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
Cape Girardeau man is out on.
Oh, okay. It started to play and then an ad popped up. So let's give this 10 seconds. Okay,
on bond after allegedly threatening.
All right, here we go. And let me know if y'all can't hear this in the chat, but you should be able to.
A Cape Girardeau man is out on bond after allegedly threatening staff at a local hotel over the weekend. 41-year-old Landon Reed is charged with unlawful use of a weapon. It all began when investigators say Reed cursed at a hotel worker and threatened to harm a supervisor on Saturday. According to a probable cause statement, Reed was carrying a Civil War-style sword and making threats. He was released from the Cape County Jail this morning. He is scheduled to be in court on Thursday.
That's right. This Guess the Race is also sword ratchetness at the same time. So we are
2 for 1.
Yeah. All right, Karen, guess the race of Mr. Landon Reed.
Landon Reed is white. I was thinking black because of the behavior, but then they turned around. It said Civil War style sword. And I was like, I have seen people do like the reenactment, like in their costumes, and none of them were black.
I do wonder, and there has to be some black people. There has to be some black people that own Civil War memorabilia, but I do wonder who they are. I've never met one.
And last time I checked, we don't be out here doing no reenactments.
Let's see what the chat room says. Fought for the South white. It's smart.
That's
They didn't say which
hilarious.
side the sword belonged to, so who knows? Hulk Hogan's racist fave white. My granddaddy fought for this hotel's Confederacy white.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God. The correct answer is white. Even having that on deck as an option is insane.
Yes, it is.
You just got Civil War era swords that you use to handle your disputes on. What? What are you? What is it? 1885? What are you doing?
Right.
Well, that's it. That's sword ratchetness, and
we got a 2-for-1.
yeah, I feel like we got it all.
Yeah, like Miss Mustard at the ready, just got it hanging on your hip.
Did you unsheath it? Did it have that
Of
little
course.
thing?
And you know it did the sound effect.
Were you in your full Confederate grays? Like, what were you
Come
wearing?
on. We're in the hits.
Do you keep it in the trunk in case you just keep that thing on you in case a Civil War reenactment break out? You just,
anytime.
is it like how I
always
used to keep
ready.
my basketball clothes in my trunk of my car? Like, in case a game break out, I got my shoes and my socks and my shorts. Let's fucking get it done. But he just do that with Civil War memorabilia.
Apparently so.
Like, don't make me pull out the musket up in this bitch. We get the reenacting. Okay. All right, y'all. That's it. We'll be back throughout the week. Until next time. I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody.